In the winter of 1974, 4 linguists disappeared into the highlands of Iceland carrying cameras, recording equipment, and a manuscript no one had dared to study completely. Search teams followed their tracks for 3 days. They found the camp exactly where coordinates predicted, tents intact, supplies untouched, boots still beside the entrance. No bodies, no signs of struggle, only notebooks. Dozens of them, every page blank. Ink erased so perfectly, it looked as though words had never existed at all. And buried beneath a frozen lantern lay a single reference card bearing one name, Rauskina. The Red Skin, the book that was never meant to be opened. Centuries earlier, legends spread through northern villages about a bishop who feared death more than damnation. According to folklore, he ordered a grimoire buried with him, a book written partly in blood, containing rituals said to command spirits, bend fate, and summon knowledge forbidden to the living. Locals believed disturbing it would invite catastrophe. For generations, the story remained myth, until academics began treating myth as history. In 1973, a recovered archive hinted that fragments of Rauskina still existed, copied, translated partially, hidden among church documents. That discovery attracted 4 specialists, each brilliant, each skeptical, each certain superstition had no power over reason. Dr. Erik Halvorsen believed language was humanity's oldest technology. Norwegian-born, precise, emotionally distant, he specialized in dead alphabets. Professor Lille Einarsson, raised near Reykjavik, grew up hearing stories of spirits walking between storms. She joined the project not to disprove the legends, but to understand why people believe them. Marcus Feld, a German semiotician, studied symbols and psychological suggestion. To him, curses were cultural programming. And Daniel Reyes, a young American archivist, documented everything: audio journals, photographs, daily reflections. Their mission sounded simple: translate what no one else had finished, publish the truth, return home. The Icelandic interior is not empty. It only feels that way. Black volcanic plains stretch endlessly beneath a sky that never fully brightens in winter. Wind moves like a living force, reshaping snow into shifting walls. Their destination lay near the edge of lava fields north of Vatnajökull, a region avoided even by experienced hikers. The manuscript fragments arrived sealed in protective casing. When opened, the researchers noticed something strange immediately. The ink wasn't faded. It looked fresh. Dark red lines curved across calfskin pages, forming symbols that seemed to rearrange themselves. Depending on how long you stared, Marcus laughed it off. Optical fatigue, he said. But Daniel's recordings captured something else. Long pauses, breathing, and once, faintly, someone whispering though no one was speaking. On the third night, Lelia translated the first complete passage. Her voice trembled as she read aloud. The text did not describe rituals. It described perception. It claimed language could reshape reality, that certain sounds force the human brain to perceive what already existed but remained unseen. Eric argued it was metaphor. Marcus suggested psychological priming. But Daniel wrote in his journal, "The air feels different after we read it, like the silence is listening." That same night, the wind stopped entirely for 6 minutes. In the Icelandic highlands, absolute stillness is unnatural. The team began dreaming the same dream. A figure standing beyond the tent light. Not approaching, waiting. Each described identical details independently. A shadow too tall, edges flickering like heat distortion. Marcus insisted shared suggestion caused it. Yet equipment began malfunctioning. Audio tapes recorded voices layered beneath conversations. Photographs developed with shapes no one remembered seeing. Lelia stopped reading aloud. She claimed pronunciation mattered. "That's what the text warns," she whispered. "Some words aren't descriptions. They're instructions." Sleep deprivation set in quickly. Eric accused Marcus of altering translations. Marcus accused Lelia of hiding passages. Daniel recorded arguments escalating into paranoia. Then came the discovery that changed everything. A passage describing 4 readers, 4 minds required to complete understanding. The manuscript, it claimed, could not reveal meaning to a single observer, only to a group. Only when interpretation became collective, they realized something horrifying. The book wasn't being studied. It was studying them. A sudden blizzard trapped them inside camp for 2 days. Visibility dropped to nothing. During the storm, Daniel captured the final clear recording. Lelia crying. Eric repeating translated phrases uncontrollably. Marcus laughing, not hysterically, but calmly, insisting the symbols were rearranging because they were learning. Then a sound, heavy footsteps circling outside the tent. Too slow to be wind, too deliberate to be imagination. When Daniel unzipped the entrance, the snow beyond showed 4 sets of footprints, leading toward the camp. None leading away. The last journal entry recovered was incomplete. It read, "The text isn't summoning anything. It removes a barrier." The bishop didn't trap knowledge. He hid humanity from it. After that line, the ink trails off. Search teams later confirmed no avalanche, no animal attack, no collapse. The researchers simply vanished. Every notebook was empty, not erased with water, not burned. Microscopic analysis revealed fibers untouched, as if words had never existed. Except for faint pressure marks, impressions of writing that could no longer be read. One investigator later admitted something unofficial. When angled under certain light, the indentations resembled symbols matching Rauskina's script. But they faded within hours, like memory dissolving. Years later, Daniel's final audio tape surfaced in an archive. Most of it was static until the final seconds. His voice whispered, "We thought language described reality, but it chooses what reality we're allowed to see." Then another voice overlaps his, calm, unfamiliar, speaking Icelandic fluently. Translation attempts failed. Linguists claimed the structure didn't belong to any known grammar. Today, Rauskina remains incomplete. Fragments exist, most sealed, some missing. Official reports classify the disappearance as environmental exposure. But locals say the highlands occasionally return things lost in storms. And once every few winters, hikers report finding paper frozen beneath the snow, blank pages, still warm to the touch, as if someone had just finished writing, moments before vanishing. Maybe the greatest horror isn't a cursed book. Maybe it's the possibility that knowledge has limits for a reason, that some truths erase the ones who understand them. If this story stayed with you, tell me what you think really happened to the four linguists. Coincidence, madness, or something waiting beyond language itself. And if you enjoy journeys into mysteries where history and fear collide, consider subscribing, because some stories aren't meant to be forgotten. Even when the pages try to erase themselves,